Okay, bring me the Durant. Ooh. It's not really a Durant. Yeah, it's not really Durant. Oof. This is another Trick Room though. There is redirection in this Trick Room too. But it's not that hard of a Trick Room though. Yeah, it doesn't look too hard. This Trick Room doesn't look too hard. Like, Dragapult actually just wins the game. Minus the Ice Punch potential. So let's go with Dragapult. I actually don't care that he sets up Dragapult, Trick Room, I think. And before I do mind him setting up Trick Room, but I think this should actually win the game, because if he leads like Togekiss Dusclops or Dusclops by itself with Conkeldurr and protects or something, I can just knock out the Dusclops. If he goes Indeedee Dusclops, then we can still knock out the Dusclops. if he leads, yeah, okay. This is the thing that I was expecting right here. The Conkeldurr is good at protect, right? Like 100% of the time, he's gonna protect. And this Helping Hands, Shadow Ball, Max Phantasm, always knocks out this Dusclops. 100% of the time, knocks out Dusclops. Let me just quickly count if it knocks it out, like without the Helping Hands here. Without Helping Hands, it's not a knockout, but with Helping Hands, it's always guaranteed a knockout, even with max special defense. But he swapped out. He swapped out into the Incineroar. Interesting. But barring like an ally switch, the Dusclops dies. So this is why Dusclops, because this team has got a Togekiss instead of Indeedee for their redirection, is not actually that scary. I actually don't have to do it, and their Trick Room threats aren't that threatening. Their Trick Room threats are basically the Conkeldurr. The Torkoal isn't really a Trick Room. Okay, it is a Trick Room threat against certain teams, but against this team, it's not very threatening. And as you can see, I just knocked it out. So he has Conkeldurr at the back plus one more, probably Torkoal. But we'll see. Okay, so there is a Torkoal. I need to do my counts again. I actually think Hydro Pump knocks it out with Helping Hands. It's a roll. It's a roll in the sun. It's a roll in the sun. So we actually gotta go for a Max Dragon, because he brought Conkeldurr. A Max Helping Hand Max Dragon actually kills the Torkoal if he doesn't Dynamax. And I don't think he's gonna Dynamax. I think he's gonna Dynamax his Conkeldurr. He should Dynamax his Conkeldurr. His Conkeldurr has a really good matchup as soon as the Dragapult dies. He could also Dynamax his Incineroar, which is also very strong. But now he's got no way to speed control, and his team is really slow. Like he's got no chance here. Okay, Dynamax is something. That's probably Incineroar. So it is aggressive. So it is like the small. It's actually what's rising in popularity right now, which is the Dusclops Incineroar core as a small package is really nice, because you always want an Incineroar in your team for Intimidate, and the Dusclops can bulldoze the Incineroar and set up Trick Room, because Incineroar being a base 60 speed is actually quite slow, so it can work as an aggressive threat in a little small Trick Room core as well. But I don't think it does too much when I'm just exploding this guy out of his mind. And it doesn't actually look like it's fully invested in attack. And maybe it doesn't have, he doesn't have Darkest Lariat. That could also be a thing. So him switching out Conkeldurr really suggests that he's not Flame Orb. And he's Assault Vest instead, so I think we're just gonna keep on max Dragoning, and also keep on to lower the attack on both of these boys. And do we follow me as well? No, we keep on helping hands. I think we keep on helping hands. We can probably knock out this Conkeldurr. He probably protects, so we'll see what he's got. Let's see what he's got. What set this Conkeldurr is running. He does protect, so he is actually Flame Orb. So this guy has a decent chance. But now this Incineroar is at -2, and I did a chunk of damage to the Conkeldurr. And I think the game is already decided. Goes for Max Thanos. Let's see how much invested attack this guy is. He's actually fully invested actually. So this is why we just go with a Follow Me. We go for Follow Me and then no, that's not Follow Me. Follow Me. Tank both of these boys up, and I think we just go for a Draco Meteor. I think this could kill the Conkeldurr at this range. Let me do some counts here whilst the turn's playing out. Yeah, it's guaranteed as long as it hits. Oh, actually no. If it high rolls, it goes. Oh, it high rolls. That's a high roll. Or a crit. Unless this Conkeldurr is not actually max HP. So this Max Thanos should do technically 0 damage. Yeah, it does 0 damage. And this game's in the bag. Because he didn't have the NDD. Even with the NDD, it would have been just as easy of a game for me. I just had to bring Weezing and Rillaboom. And I think we just keep on following me and getting as much leverage as we can with Dragapult. Which shouldn't be too much more, but because he quit. But it's also because Dragon Meteor actually lowers special attack. But yeah, that was a nice quick game. That shows off the power of building, a proper Trick Room team that can properly set up the Trick Room instead of getting taunted and whatnot. Yeah.